Today I'm going to show you how you can leverage AI within your recruitment process to filter out the top 1% of candidates within record time. For those that don't know me, my name is Jack and I'm the founder here at VA2U. We specialise in helping predominantly agencies and e-com brands recruit 90% of their operational talent. They leverage our recruitment systems as well as our HR and payroll processing services to seamlessly onboard and manage their talent so that they can scale their agency on demand within a matter of days. Today's video is basically going to show you the process that we go through to verify, vet, and then recruit the talent for our agency and e-com brand clients. Our process starts pretty simple. We take a very simple form in which we call the role requirements form. This asks you a series of questions related to the requirements for the job, the requirements from the candidate, their experiences, non-negotiables that you have for the role. It asks you about your training, and it also then asks you a set of questions at the very end, which is then used with AI to determine a practical assessment for candidates, but we'll get on to that bit. What we do is we combine the form. If you have an existing job description, we also combine that with the form. And then, and this is the secret sauce, we have a conversation with our clients and transcript the entire call using Firefly's AI. And we combine the transcript with the job description and the form that we've created to create a master job spec. The reason this is so powerful is because 90% of the time when we're verbally discussing things, we will say things that potentially nuance our written descriptions, and therefore it gives us extra angle to recruit these candidates for our clients, because whatever they say on our call also gets included within that master job spec. Now, if you're obviously doing this internally, you wouldn't have a call, but what you could do is set up a Google Meet, and whilst you and the team were spitballing ideas, have a note taker open on the side so that you could take the transcript from that conversation and combine it with your existing documentation. We've tested this across 65 different agencies over the past couple of years. Once we built the job spec, the next thing we do is advertise the role. As an agency, we vet around 1,000 candidates on average per month because of the amount of job postings that we have available and the vacancies that we work on, which obviously results in us having a surplus. So the first thing that we do is take any job spec we have, we run it against our existing database. What we did for this is we created a custom ChatGPT. We built out an Excel sheet of all of our candidates, including their CV data, and then we uploaded that as the data source in ChatGPT, which then means all we do is put a job description into ChatGPT and it will spit us out the best fit candidates. Now, of course, a lot of clients that we work with have pretty specific or niche requirements. For example, one recently wanted a Filipino creative strategist that could speak English and German with over 10 years experience. Of course, it's pretty hard to find. Because of the great team we have, we managed to place that role within 7 days, which actually broke quite a few records internally within the company. But the idea is that we have to oftentimes recruit on demand for client requests. So the second thing we do is post job adverts, and we do this on LinkedIn, we post them within Facebook groups, we post them on our employees' personal pages on social media channels, and we also headhunt. Now, the most effective strategy when recruiting is always headhunting. We work with a host of different recruiters. We work with around 15 to 20 different recruiters specifically servicing their outsourced needs. And within all of their businesses, headhunting is the most effective way to pick the candidates that you want. But of course, it's the most challenging and it's the most time consuming. So through our multi-channel approach of outreach, we then obviously get a barrage of applicants for the vacancies that we have. The next stage then is what we call the level 1 vetting stage. This is where we review the candidate CVs, their video introduction, their portfolio, and any references that we can get from past employers. Oftentimes, when it's a creative role, their portfolio speaks volumes, and we will vet that first, excluding anybody that doesn't meet a creative standard. Following that, of course, we review CVs. We're looking at tenure length. How many years has this person spent on average per employer? We're looking at specific experience, but we're also looking at breakdown of the job spec and looking for matches between our job description and their past experience. And another way that you can quickly speed this up is you can run the PDF version of their CV into ChatGPT, combine it with the job description, and ask for a list of things that are aligned and also things that are misaligned, and even get it to give the candidates a score. Once we've been through this initial vetting process, the next thing we do is interview our candidates. Firstly, our team on the ground in whichever country our clients are recruiting from will vet and do the initial screening call. Now, the idea of this is to verify details on their CV, it's to get a gauge of character, and it's to vet how they communicate. Following them passing this interview, they then go on to an interview with our senior hiring team. These are usually UK-based professionals who will then vet and qualify these candidates, endorsing them to be pooled for our clients. Now, it's important to mention that every single candidate that we recruit personally, we actually also vet them on a couple of different things. We put them through an English language and speaking test. We put them through writing tests. We also test them on their computer specs, their Wi-Fi speed, and also their typing speed. Now, some of these tests carry more weight than others, and the idea is that we can actually filter out a lot of the talent that isn't suitable to work remotely for us and deliver a consistent service. And that entire process means that we actually only place less than 1% of the applicants that we get every single month. And that process there is what allows us to get candidates here like Carmina. Now, if you were an agency or an e-com brand and you were looking to hire an operations manager, somebody that could oversee the entire operations of your business or your clients' businesses, specifically related to supply chain and logistics management, then Carmina would be a great candidate for you. You can see that she remotely works from the Philippines. And just to jump into her past experiences, from March 21 until the present day, so the last 4 years, she has ascended in her career from an associate operations manager to a senior operations manager within a 4-year spell at the same company, Italy, which are one of the largest online retailers in Asia. Prior to that, she was promoted over a 3-year span at Shopee from a senior analyst in strategy and analytics to a senior analyst in strategy and FP&A. This specific candidate has managed a portfolio of 9 brands turning over $25 million a month in revenue, with the sole focus of optimizing their supply chain, financial and logistics operations. Now, the reason I've showed you this candidate is just to give you an idea of what kind of quality you can get access to when leveraging a recruitment system like this. And on the flip side, this can also bring you closer to the best $4 to $5 an hour virtual assistants as well. Most entrepreneurs fail when hiring because of 2 reasons. The first is that they underestimate how thorough they need to be throughout the recruitment process. They spend too little time preparing, they don't cross-check things twice, their vetting process is a little bit shaky, and their mentality around recruitment is all wrong. And the second thing for most is that they don't have the budget to work with external recruiters. The traditional recruitment model will charge you anywhere from 15 to 30% of the annual salary of whoever you hire. And if you're hiring local staff in the Western world, you can be paying upwards of £10,000 to £20,000 in fees to recruit one person. That, let's face it, isn't guaranteed to stay for very long. What we do differently for our clients is that we provide them access to a river-like flow of candidates, meaning that should somebody inevitably leave, they can replace them with agility and efficiency, and they can be moving on with their day in no time. And in my experience, after working with 65 plus 6 to 8 figure founders, I understand as a recruiter, it's not your ability to recruit one amazing candidate, but it's your ability to provide consistent quality candidates at scale that sets you apart from the others. And that's why I believe that we've been able to accomplish the growth that we have in the last year, personally and for our clients. Now, if you are interested in recruiting candidates on demand like we do for our clients in an average of just 10 days, you want to trial out working with a partner, but you're not necessarily sure where to go, well, you could be in luck, because on this video and this video only, I'm offering one person who likes the video the chance to win a free recruit and release token worth $2,200. What that means is I will recruit you one candidate of your choosing, exactly tailor fit to your requirements, completely for free. And all you've got to do is like this video. Hope you take value from this process. Drop a comment if you've got any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.